situation with the daily strip on Alex. I told her that I didn't see any humor in watching a police officer murder someone on TV. I don't find righteous protest funny either. If you start protesting something silly with a question mark, trees are alive, they have feelings, or I need a zebra on the plane, it's a service animal. Then you are fair game. Fair game, I get it. Rioting, wanton, destruction, and looting are about as funny as a brick to the face. So no, I don't think I can come up with anything very funny right now. Which begs the question, am I wrong? Is there humor to be found here? There are jokes about Christ on the cross. Peter, I can see your house from up here. There are jokes about how jokes about Lincoln's assassination aren't funny. I'm sure, apart from that, how was the play Mr. Lincoln? I'm sure someone has made jokes about the Holocaust. They make comics about how suffering for all eternity in hell is kind of funny because when someone has done so poorly in life that they end up in the Infernal Realms and they still don't get it. They are still ruled by their id. I think so. That's a gold mine of opportunity for funny comics. But there are some subjects that are too off limits, even for me, who told someone that Princess Leia jokes were okay, even if Carrie Fisher had only recently died. Even a jerk like me has his self-imposed limits. Having said that, Dave has told us if we find something funny, we should go with it. After all, laughter is a human response to something we find funny. It's a sense of humor. You sense that something is funny, whether you think you should or not. And then he wrote to you, sorry to keep this going. I really don't think Emma is placed for discussion about current mess our country is going through, blah, blah, blah. And then got back into the George Floyd tragedy. I tend to go with the fact that if you make yourself laugh, if you think of something and you go, oh, that's funny, and you laugh before you censor yourself, then you shouldn't censor yourself. I'm a big believer in what the aliens told Woody Allen in Stardust Memories. Tell funnier jokes. If you think of something funny, use it. I'm just finishing up the rapist virgin gag, Shaggy Dog story, which is like just getting longer and longer and longer because I got determined to go, okay, I've got a plot for this. I always tell you guys, and I always tell myself, don't plot the stuff, just tell funny jokes. Change the premise if you find a funnier joke to get to. But I had a bunch of what to me were funny jokes that needed a lot of work. It was a lot of egghead Dave stuff to try and make this sound reasonably plausible, what it is that I'm talking about, as well as being a Shaggy Dog story, as well as being funny. And boy, did I get bogged down in that. Ricochet, which is a comic strip from years ago, he used to do that. It's a Western comic strip, and it's a dramatic Western story for the most part. But each strip also has a punchline. He gets away from the punchline sometimes, but you can see that he's trying to go, look, I'm just telling a John Wayne kind of boat burner Western story with these touchstone points. Just to make this a challenge, let's put a punchline on each one so people are actually getting a funny comic strip as well. Dan Lin was the cartoonist, and he does an amazing job on it. So with this one, that's what I tried to do was, okay, that strip doesn't have a punchline on it, so I think this needs to become two strips so that both of them can advance the plot and both of them can have a punchline on it. So you find out that you've watching the goings-on at Potemkin Acres, and he's watching it in one of the reopened Gehenna Apple stores. And coincidentally, the salesman is a Virgil lookalike, a self-hating Italian. And it's like, that's funny. That was making me laugh. That was getting that bubbling up in your stomach. Oh, I'm going to start giggling any minute now, kind of thing. It tells you, okay, well, put that in because you're laughing. But then it's like, okay, he's a self-hating Italian who hates Dante being in his store because Dante is Italian. And it's like, can I have him thinking that, Dante is this terrible Dago? Like, can I use the term Dago? And it's like, well, you kind of have to because it's funny. But then it's like, we're in a completely different time period now. There was a time when you could call an Italian a Dago. It's not now. But, I was thinking, well, but at the same time, it's a thoughtful. He's not saying it to him, but he's thinking it because he's Italian, but he hates Italian. He's a self-hating Italian. And I wrestled with that for a while. I ended up not using Dago, but I did use greaseball. It's like, is greaseball okay, but Dago isn't? It's, I don't know. It's like things that I think are funny. And, I come from a completely different time period. One of my cousins married a guy who was talking about prejudice. This was my dad and my uncle, who were both Scottish, talking about this guy, talking about the different ethnicities and nationalities that he didn't trust or he doesn't like to deal with. And it's like my dad went, he's a hunky himself, isn't he? It's like I'm going, a hunky? What is a hunky? I never even heard that. And he went, oh, it's a Hungarian. And it's like, okay, I understand we're trying to lose this stuff out of our society, but, that was funny to me. It's like, he's a hunky himself, isn't he? And it's like, where does this weird pecking order of who are the decent people and who isn't up here on the scaffold, high enough up on the scaffold with the rest of it? It's like, well, you're Scottish. It's like, it's not like you're English or something, or it's not like you're from an SW1 address. So what are you doing calling somebody a hunky? And it's like, and that's why those things I do think are funny. And it's like, well, if you're offended by those things and you're going, oh, you can't do that. That's just cruel. That's just being prejudiced. That's hurting people's feelings intentionally.
But
That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I think a self-hating Italian thinking to himself that he's really, really annoyed with this Dago or this wop in his store. That's funny to me. It's Virgil. Virgil is Italian, and he's calling Dante in his head a Dago. That's funny.
Well, that was my one Christmas card where Iguana and Beer visit Santa's workshop, and it starts off with the scroll saying 1951, and gives the little bit of exposition that a 4-page card's going to have. And at the bottom, I have Iguana and Beer, and Iguana's going, I don't think this is going to end well, and Beer's going, who cares? It's the 50s. I can be sexist and racist, and it's okay.
Not only okay, it's mandatory.
And then on the back of the card, it's a little 1-page strip of Iguana going, well, you were sexist, but you weren't racist.